Hi, my name is Marissa Gaines, and you can't tell by my appearance, but I am chronically ill. I have epilepsy, dysautonomia, EDS, arthritis, and an undiagnosed autoimmune disorder. When I was younger, I never really got sick. My whole family could have a stomach bug, and I would not be affected at all. We thought I had an amazing immune system, but I was always a little off. I would lag behind my friends if we were playing. I had severe bone pain and people brushed it off as growing pains. I was always that person who didn't run the mile, and I thought I was lazy and out of shape, but it turns out that I just physically couldn't do it. I would have myoclonic jerks in the mornings. Sometimes I'd be brushing my hair and the comb will just fly out of my hand randomly. When I got older and started wearing makeup, my mascara brush would just get all over my face because I would jerk my arm. It would just feel like I got electrocuted. I thought it was a normal growing up thing. I thought it was something that everyone went through. I thought that was the reason why adults said they hate mornings. I would pass out randomly and no one understood why. Years later, we found out that my passing out episodes were dysautonomia. In summer of 2012, I went through my first episode of septic shock. Everyone thought it was just a lightning strike and that it would never happen again.
Until I developed septic shock again a year later.
I went to the doctor 3 times before getting admitted to the ICU. The 3rd time I went to the doctor, I had all of the classic signs of septic shock. But the doctors assumed that I was overall a healthy teenager. And since it's extremely rare to go through sepsis twice, they just blew it off.
I developed a terrible cough. My mom wanted to go to the ER, but I thought we were just being paranoid.
I started walking to my bedroom, thinking I just needed sleep. My mom's motherly intuition kicked in, and she took me to the ER. If it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be here.
So we went to the ER, and we saw that half of my lungs were filled with fluid. So they rushed me to Texas Children's ICU downtown. And then when we got there, my lungs were almost completely filled with fluid. I only had 2 rib cages left.
With just a span of 20 minutes, my lungs filled up that fast. My blood sugar was at 600. As you can tell by this chart, my blood sugar was beyond the dangerous zone. Not only is it rare to get sepsis twice, it is also rare to develop ARDS as rapidly as I did. I was in a medically induced coma, and I was on the ventilator for a month. No one really thought I'd make it. Doctors actually say that it was a miracle that I am alive today. I had to relearn how to walk. After 2013, I was scrutinized because I looked fine on the outside and I could walk. I could stand, but not for that long. My stamina was really, really bad. I needed a wheelchair because I could not walk long distances.
My stamina was so bad that if I went to a restaurant, I'd be wiped out for a whole week. And whenever I hung out with friends, sometimes I'd be wiped out for a month. There were some days where I could walk around the park, and then there were some days where I just couldn't get out of bed. What many people don't understand is that you could be in a wheelchair and still be able to walk. Wheelchairs aren't just for people who are paralyzed, they're for people who can't walk long distances. So people with invisible illnesses often get discredited because of our outside appearance. We are often called fakers, druggies. They think we're exaggerating, and it's really hard because even some friends and family members would accuse you of that.
After years of physical therapy and trial and error of medications, I can finally say that I am the best I have ever been, which is exactly why I am so worried about COVID. As you can tell by this video, it's been a long journey. I still haven't fully recovered from 2013. People like me can't afford another setback.
The ableism that this pandemic has brought out in people has been really hurtful. I've had people bully me and tell me I am expendable because I'm high risk. Oh, it's really just immunocompromised that get affected, so it's not a big deal. We should just go back to normal and do survival of the fittest and let the virus take its course. And that is a very ableist and harmful narrative that has been spread this year, especially when 60% of Americans have underlying conditions. But I'm staying positive about the situation. I'm doing my best to protect myself. I'm social distancing, I'm keeping active, trying my best to get better and better every day. I still suffer from chronic pain and brain fog and chronic fatigue, all these things. I still have my bad days, but I'm happy to say that I have more good days than bad days, which is something to celebrate.
Experts say that if we just do our part for only 2 months, we could get this under control. So if you're still debating on whether or not you should wear a mask, whether or not you should social distance, please just think of people like me. Now let's save some lives. Have a safe and healthy Thanksgiving.